Someone needs assistance.
Hello everybody. Welcome back to Genshin Impact. We're going to continue the art conquest in Fontaine, because I desperately want to see it all, because I love Farina. Oh, there's Fremine.
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where
Ow.
did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
Fremine, I have you summoned.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, Fremine.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you sound very proud to have a diver as a brother, Linny.
I will never get tired of hearing Paimon is Paimon.
Linny, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me?
What is... Are they going to talk about death and murder?
Okay, I see.
I love his little cat face with the teeth, with like the
Is
jagged
everything
teeth.
all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry for the interruption.
A little housework.
Before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work. All right, I'll take these to the workshop.
They did a really good job making the twins actually look like twins, because like they have very similar eyes, their hairstyles are similar, they have similar builds. Which sounds like a dumb thing for me to say, but like a lot of animes don't have the twins look anything like each other. Or they look like carbon copies, it's one or the other with anime.
Looks like rain. Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago? Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but don't worry, it'll clear up soon enough.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain.
He's in the courthouse, he has his boring desk job, that's why he's
When I
crying
was a
so often.
child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual. Let Paimon try something.
Paimon, don't piss off the dragon.
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Paimon, that won't work. I don't think he can even hear you wherever he currently is.
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
Just a legend.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be comforted by the words of strangers.
I wonder why Nuvula was
It rained
crying.
for longer than I suspected. Oh, it's already getting late.
Was there something you needed to do, Linny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Alright, Captain.
Oh, Are you leaving now?
I was planning on it.
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. You feel nervous delivering the materials for the magic pockets, is that it? Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop and deliver them to the owner there? I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted, and the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been a little afraid of her.
That's so funny, actually. Oh, what a mood. That'd be me. That's me in real life.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such tasks. I'll think of a way to make it up to you.
Nah, you're fine, dude.
Oh, no need. This will be a walk in the park for us.
Poor Fremine. You don't gotta worry. I know what it's like to be freaked out by people. Hydro Dragon, Hydro Dragon. Whee! Hello, I would like more magic pockets.
Hello? Is there anyone here?
I just saw someone. Okay. I'm like she was out in the open.
Hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made?
What are you buying?
Or perhaps you're just looking for a chat with me.
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making... what were they called again?
Ah, these must be for magic pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now. No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount. But they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
Whoa. So, is Lenny actually loaded?
I mean, he's clearly very popular
I
in his
can't say
magic.
for sure, but who knows? Maybe there's good money to be made being a magician in Fontaine.
I mean, it is a very dramatic nation that loves
Is
entertainment.
this machine what you use to make stuff here? It looks really advanced.
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology, and wasting is a kind of crime.
Fair.
Where does a big machine like that get its power from?
Space.
Well, it's a little complicated. I'm not sure I can put it in layman's terms for you.
Is it that
But
complicated?
basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy that's produced from trials.
It's
Huh?
produced by
How can
trials?
produce energy.
Huh?
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself, but basically, when a trial is in session, the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it into energy to be used all around Fontaine.
Oratrice mécanique
So
d'analyse
that's what its
cardinale.
other function is? Hyman heard that the Oratrice was created by the Archon to make judgments. But Hyman still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines? Oh, yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power for all of Fontaine, right?
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called mumusia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by civilians.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already talking, I'm sure you wouldn't mind a few words with me.
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of Cabriere by next month? Why are you hounding me now?
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month? I want 50% today. Wait, no, 70%.
Huh? You...
Can I beat them up?
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's a good time to leave?
Hey, hold on! Before you go around trying to collect payments, why don't you settle your own debts first?
Oh, hi, child.
If Confrere of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first, before you get back to your little conversation here?
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
That's so dumb.
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine.
Just shows
What are
past
the
him.
chances?
Hey, child.
Nice to see you too. What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, things have been pretty boring. But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find trouble.
I resent that.
Either way you
It's
look
right,
at it,
but I resent it.
It seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Just because you're right doesn't mean you just say it to my
We want
face.
to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy.
I would not call him that.
Something?
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there? for
He's
a while?
pretty dangerous. I would not piss off child.
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friends?
I mean, better than dying.
Listen to me, boy. If you want your mora, fine. Why don't you come and take it?
Oh, no.
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser
He's
said...
still his siblings!
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boys, let's see who has to pay up now!
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients.
Oh my god, that
You're
was
the ones
so
who started
funny.
it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Yeah,
I'm sure this won't take long.
it really won't. It's gonna take child like 12 seconds. This is so funny. Oh, am I gonna play as child? Oh shit, okay.
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Yeah, it took child 12 seconds.
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank?
He's not.
Wait, don't tell me you're...
Tartaglia.
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it? Huh?
Whoa, what happened to his
Now's my
vision?
chance.
I mean, I don't think you could beat him with even without his vision. Yeah, I don't like he still knows martial arts. I don't think he needs the vision to beat you.
That was weird.
The vision's completely overkill.
I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them. Maybe there's something wrong with my vision?
Can there be something wrong with a vision?
How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? I don't see its work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
That's hilarious.
What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down about anything?
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself.
I mean, he is a person, Paimon.
But recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know why, but every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
Restless power.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just now is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
Child's a werewolf.
That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss.
As you do.
It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk.
That's a
She
great
was
name.
always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching
Or where did
me
she go?
combat
Where did she come from,
techniques.
Cotton Eye Joe?
One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
But what is it? What did you awaken?
She never explained that, but my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a whale that was so massive, I felt like I couldn't breathe.
A whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that the one?
Yeah, the coolest attack he has. The one that should definitely be his ultimate.
That's just
and
an
isn't.
abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers.
That should still be your ultimate.
It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind. I'll never forget it.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. Seems a little twisted to Paimon. So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
I mean, he
You make
just
it
said that
sound
she doesn't
so
answer.
easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Oh, it sounds like some kind of ghost story.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this world tend to be elusive like that. Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so I should get going.
All right, peace out, child.
More work for the Northland Bank?
No, it's more of a personal.
I like how that
thing.
girl just went back to
Lately,
making
I've
stuff
been
like.
sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Official champion duelist?
Why is child me?
It's their job to duel?
Yep, in Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist.
That's great.
The champion duelists are all powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point. So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But if they lose, they'll have no choice but to stand trial. And the worst-case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel. Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced to death. So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor. Otherwise, why gamble with your life?
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning the duel?
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine.
It's hilarious.
Apparently, the one I'm meeting today, Clorend, is the strongest of the champion duelists. I had been asking her for some time before she finally agreed to face me today.
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before. Cloran.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have this.
Why?
Huh? Your vision? You're seriously just giving it away?
But I don't use a
I'm
vision.
just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel, so I think I'll be better off without it for now. Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it when I have some time later.
But I learned in Azuma that giving up your vision hurts your brain.
You just want an excuse to come talk to us again, don't you?
Whatever gave you that idea? I'll be in touch later.
But But I learned in Azuma giving up your vision's bad for your brain. It gave that one guy like Alzheimer's.
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling down lately, but he seemed the same as ever to Paimon.
No, he's definitely more subdued. He didn't even challenge me to a fight.
Guess we don't have much to do for now. We might as well walk around and see the city before Lenny's performance.
Nah, he's not acting like himself. Under Paimon's enthusiastic leadership. This game's fucking great.
Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for most of the story was the murderer all along! Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Paimon never saw that twist coming. The murder mystery novels here are amazing! The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but Paimon thinks this style of novels are more, well, novel.
When do I get Genshin
So
Sherlock
excited
Holmes?
to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it too.
You already spoiled who the murderer is.
Oh, sorry about that. Paimon will be more careful next time. Hey, shouldn't we be heading to the Opera House to see Linny's performance soon? It's almost time for the show to start, so we should get going.
I can't believe we just stood here and read a whole novel.
The Opera House is on Aranea, so let's go ride the Aqua Bus.
I can't believe we just stood here and read a novel. Doesn't that make us like huge assholes? Aren't you not supposed to do that in bookstores?
Whoa! Now this is fancy! The Opera at Clez. What a place to hold a performance! No wonder Linny and Lynette were looking forward to it.
It is a very fancy building.
Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child. We pray.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Humble brag.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Well, France is the city of romance.
Vache.
Huh?
What's wrong?
Oh, good. I'm having magic bullshit again.
Vache.
English, please?
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you hearing things?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine.
Why do I always hear
Flowing through
things?
Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Lynette, you scared Paimon. When did you get here?
Lenny asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Right.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you? Besides, it's the middle of the day. It's not the time for eerie things.
Paimon, it's not my fault you scare easily.
I see. I might be able to tell you something that could help explain the voice you heard. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
But no one in your family uses hydro.
Sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to do with elemental power?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what? What does that have to do with
When do you
anything?
cry?
Just answer me. When do you cry?
What's your time? I have to pencil it into my schedule. That's how busy I am.
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy. Oh, and also when Paimon's really, really scared.
So all the time.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say? Huh. If you were hearing their emotions, then Paimon wonders what happened to them.
Well, it's this game, so I'm sure
Rather
they're dead.
than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first.
Why is he dead? What did you do to him?
Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Lenny might help him relax a little before he goes on stage.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Let's go in and see Lenny.
Lanny. Living like Larry. All offerings. Offer the Hydra Soju you obtain for your adventures. Oh, okay. Oh, this is this place's version of the Sakura tree. Got it. I understand. Except the Sakura tree didn't talk to me. You can use your Hydra sigils you obtained across Fontaine. It just explodes. It just like kills me. It just like instantaneously kills me. What else can I get? Neat. Oh, I got a crown from that nut. I didn't expect to get a crown. Fuck yeah. I need those for Farina. Hello, people of Fontaine. Worship me! Lenny, this performance is definitely gonna go wrong in some... Why is there no one in here? That's really creepy. Lenny, don't be nervous. I'm sure this will go horribly wrong.
Good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Well, yeah, you invited
Are you
me.
kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
Are you a huge a-hole if I didn't come? Also, you just invited me.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived.
Listen, I'm paranoid, man. I always gotta
You're
get early.
actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment. I'll fetch the tickets.
Thanks, man. You're a good guy. I heard Lenny really is gay for the Traveler. Hi, Lynette.
The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Don't I just need one seat? Or is it rude for Paimon to hover during the show?
Seats. Thanks, Lenny.
Thanks, bud.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
But you're being a cool homie.
Hey, Lenny, could you come over here and take a look at this?
That's the least French-sounding man I've ever heard.
I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lenny.
Have fun, man. Don't be nervous. I'm sure you'll do great. Well, I'm actually 100% sure this will go horribly wrong, but I hope whatever goes wrong is at least funny.
I'll catch up.
That's how I picture Aether is now after all the crazy shit that happens. I hope he doesn't even hope that things go well anymore. He just goes, man, I hope whatever goes wrong is at least funny. Ooh, fancy. Look at this. Wowza, look at this place. Nice. There's a throne up there. That must be Farina's. Or I guess New Vallette's. Can I get up there? Wait, I bet I can. Hold on. I bet I can get up there.
What do you want from me?
I want you to help me cheat. No! Damn it. No!
Behold!
No! Fuck, I fucked it up. I had it. I had it and then I fucked it up.
Wind rises.
Okay. Okay, so I'm not supposed to be up here, so I can't climb on any of this stuff, so I gotta be careful.
Squall and Fury.
The game clearly does not like me being up here, but I don't care what it likes. I want that throne. I wonder if I can make that. Shit, that's pretty far. I wonder if I can make it. No, that's what I was afraid of. Damn it. Damn it.
Squall and Fury.
I'm not gonna make that. Damn it. I gotta go back here.
The wind rises. Squall and Fury.
The game is like deeply unhappy with me doing this. I just want to make it. I'm not even gonna be able to make it. I'm gonna do all this. I'm not even gonna be able to make it to the throne. Oh, I don't know if I can make that. I hope.
The wind rises.
Oh, come on. Yes! Ha ha ha! Oh, I got you set! Yeah! Fuck yeah. Wait, hold on. I gotta do my first main. Hail before Queen Noelle, destroyer of worlds. Alright. Alright, I had my fun. I did what I wanted to do. I'm gonna put... What should I put in the party? I'll put Sarah for a sec.
Let's do this.
I like Sarah. Okay. I did what I wanted to do. I feel accomplished. Wait, is that Nicolette? Why are you in the audience? Aren't you the judge? Well, I guess this isn't a court hearing. I'm stupid. This isn't a court hearing. Hey, Nicolette. Hey, buddy. How's it going, my homie? Why would...
These should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down.
That seat looks really comfy for, like, this world's tech level. I like that Paimon doesn't get a seat. Why is Nouvelette here this early? I know why I'm here this early. Is he as paranoid about being late as I am? Hi, Nouvelette. Guys, just talk to each other and ignore him. You don't have to make it awkward. It's only awkward if you make it fucking awkward. These spaces up front have a lot of space to them anyways. Not even that close.
Traveler, maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty.
It is empty.
It's kind of awkward if we don't say anything.
You're up, Paimon.
You little... Of course you put this on Paimon.
I mean, are you not my mouthpiece?
Excuse me. I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry.
I'm sorry,
I would
Nouvelette.
be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
I'm sorry, buddy.
So you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down. Wait, that's not it. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So let's talk. What should we talk about?
I love Nouvelette so much. I already love him.
Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more.
Oh, his
happy
ears
to
are
reciprocate.
pointed. I never noticed his ears were pointed.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linny then? This is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly forgot to make
Paimon, stop making it weird. He's being perfectly polite.
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
Your boss tried to kill me immediately.
It is an honor to meet you.
Why
Tim.
did you stand up?
I have heard of your deeds across Teyvat.
That's not necessarily a good thing.
And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
I love Nouvelette.
Nervillet? Could he be...
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Neuvillette is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say.
Oh, that's
that he's
his
the
throne.
symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Sorry I sat in your chair. Well,
Sorry for being so rude.
I feel awkward I sat in your chair in front of you.
You were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really.
You totally are.
And by the way,
you're also a dragon.
I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to. There's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive
She's trying to
first
be
impression.
dramatic.
So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
I fucking love Farina so much. She's just been sitting there dramatically this whole time.
Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Very good. That is for the best.
I love these two
No
idiots.
need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy
No
the
need to
show.
pay her any more attention. You can ignore her now.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
Yes, she annoys him.
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Oh, this is so funny.
The show is finally about to start. Paimon can hardly wait. Paimon's never seen a real live magic
We
show
know like
before.
12 people who do magic. Like actual magic. I guess sleight of hand, I guess we've never seen, but we know like 12 people who do real magic. The most I can think of being Yainiko, who literally sent us to another dimension. Uh-oh.
Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Paimon, shut up!
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny.
Do they not have a last name?
And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
She sounds so dead inside.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Whatever!
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today.
Are they gonna give up their visions? Yep, that's what I figured.
Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough.
That's funny.
Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say.
I love
You never
Lenny.
know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
I love Lenny.
A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless.
I'm really surprised Lenny doesn't keep his vision on his hat. Oh, that's cool.
Huh?
The card's coming out of it. I'm a sucker for this kind of shit. Oh, the pigeon. I actually love sleight of hand tricks. I'm a sucker
But
for
this
it.
isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes.
She looks so serious. Bloop. Interesting.
It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
Interesting. I wonder if she's doing this because she uses Animo? Okay, that's really cool.
Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
That was cool. That was cool. I liked that. That was really fun.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Paimon didn't seem to do anything.
Paimon, shut up.
I saw Lynette inside the water tank. How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking.
Nivolette.
To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen.
Oh, there's his little cat for his ultimate. That was cool.
I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all. In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member. Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here, and one is there in the aisle among the audience.
Okay.
I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap. Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow! How's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate.
That's interesting.
Now then, let's begin.
Those didn't look like numbers. Those look like letters.
Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meripede.
Oh, Okay.
Okay.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that!
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together.
He knows how to work a crowd. I'll give him credit.
After me. 60, 59, 58.
60, 59, 58!
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
Paimon.
Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I don't think he cares.
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is.
I'm counting
Merely
in
a
my
consequence
head.
of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
I love him. He's so funny.
Alright. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something.
I think he's just a serious person.
40, 39,
He just has resting bitch face. I don't think he actually means any harm by it. He just has resting bitch face.
Mr. Linney, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, mid-air right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. What was that noise? Did you hear it too?
Why did the audience stop counting?
Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
25! 24! 23! What's wrong, Mr. Linney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds. Hear them counting?
19, 18, 17.
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
He's such a shit. I love him.
Almost there now.
8.
Swapping two people
7,
is harder work than you might think.
6.
Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait. Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7.
Hey, slow down! Honestly.
5. 4. 3.
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0.
Oh, fog machine too. Nice.
Ta-da!
Whoa! Oh no! I was wondering how it was gonna go wrong. Oh no! She's mashed potatoes now. That girl's mashed potato. So's that guy. I forgot that guy was there too. They're mashed potatoes now. Oh no. That is very...
Is this part of the show?
No, stupid.
Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh
no.
my god.
Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was
Hey, Millie, how are ya?
right?
The girl was in the
performance
box.
is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Nuvola took over.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause.
I'm good,
But
I'm
if
good.
this was
I'm glad you're
all
good.
part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough.
But I feel very alarmed. A lady just got mashed potatoed. Why are they spelling guards like that? Is that how the French say the word
Unfortunately,
guard?
the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe. Apparently, the
I stream as
fireworks
often
on
as I
stage
can.
ignited the ropes
Kinda
that were
random with
suspending
working.
the water tank, which then caused the tank
But
to
I try to
fall
really
onto
stream
the
at least once a
stage.
week.
As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience.
Where did the girl go
And
then?
after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found.
She's just gone?
It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance. And there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
Oh.
The serial disappearances case?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly?
Oh, Farina.
I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linny, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh?
But why would he do that in his own show?
This whole thing was an accident.
No.
Why are the guards
This
standing like
all
that?
Occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not?
I play all sorts of
The
random
deceased
games.
is
I play pretty
one
much
of
whatever I
your
like to. Mostly
assistants,
single-player games,
is
though.
he not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
Oh, Doggo, what are you doing?
Be right. How can Lenny do this?
Paimon!
He was in the box on the stage the entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linny and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
I just think that he...
Minecraft, nice.
Well, I
Oh.
think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
Oh,
What the thing
Farina.
Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
Oh, Farina.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Farina said it all.
Oh, no.
I mean, of course, my
Farina was just being dramatic, and now it's coming back to bite her in the
What
ass.
excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean,
I don't
you,
stream daily. I have a real
traveler.
job. I try to stream as much as I can, but it's kind of random.
Don't you? After all, he was the one who helped you the first time we met.
Is she trying to lump me into this? Farina! I just got in Fontaine.
There's no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met.
But we didn't have a duel. You tried to.
But with Linny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser.
I love this dramatic hoe.
And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages,
The opera epiclese!
But the stage is covered in mashed person.
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order.
Well, it's a good thing we're in the courthouse.
Well, traveler.
My Discord isn't
since
done
Lady
yet for the
Farina
channel,
has
so
set
I don't
you
have
on
one
her
yet.
sides. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case?
I'm not qualified to be an attorney! What do you mean? Shouldn't there be someone who's actually an attorney that gets called? I'm not qualified to be an attorney. Okay, I guess
well.
I don't have a choice.
The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House.
Wait, we're not even doing it right now?
Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth.
I think that I should not be an attorney. I don't think I'm smart enough to be an
Linney and
attorney.
his troop are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot outlander can build in such a short amount of time. I'm really quite looking forward to hearing it.
I am not qualified to be an attorney.
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal. I know you already
Cal's
claimed
fucking
that
dead.
you'd defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer?
I mean, I think you'd be really stupid.
Good to hear.
I have a Twitter account, but I barely
Thank
use
you
it.
so much for trusting me.
But yes, I do have a Twitter technically.
I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left...
My Twitter is just at NightPsychad.
I don't know whether
But
it happened
I
on
will say,
mistake or
just because I
purely
get
an
asked this
accident
question
or
a
what.
lot by people,
And
if
I
you're
don't
trying to
know
sell
why
me
poor Cal
something,
was in
read
the
the rules
box.
and I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want to buy anything, I don't want any art, I don't want new models, I don't want anything. And I don't mean to be rude if you're not trying to do that, you're just asking sincere questions. I just get asked that 1,000 times, like every time I stream, by random artists. I don't want anything, I don't want to spend money. So, my Twitter is at NightPsyCat if you want it, but I admit I don't use it very often as I should. But I am not interested in buying anything, and it is in the rules of the channel.
As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone
I'm kinda streaming
tampered with
right
my
now.
performance, then we need to figure out what they did. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate! As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
Where did you get the glasses and the mustache?
Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh? Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
We have travel funds?
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I need to get back to my normal self.
I don't think anyone can be normal after being accused of murder, homie.
But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys.
That's not a good thing.
Thanks for that. We'll be counting on you.
It is very much not a good thing that I'm your attorney. I have no legal training. I'm used to this sort of thing. I mean, I've been arrested myself, but I've never been an attorney.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Ah, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
Listen, I'm your attorney.
And our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it.
That would suck to have all your stuff drawn
but
out.
if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case!
Detective Paimon. Paimon read one Sherlock Holmes book, and now she's convinced she can solve this.
How's the investigation going?
Ah, I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess.
I agree, that ship has sailed though, homie, but you're right.
What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see.
A world of pure imagination?
The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troop long, he was hardworking.
I'm kind of streaming right now. I'm not on Twitter right now.
The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged.
And you're being real pushy, and it makes me think you're trying to sell me something. So if I check there and it says that you have commissions open, I swear to God.
As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowell inside it.
Yeah, Cowell's dead as fuck.
This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident.
Oh.
If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
That is fair.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well,
What do you want to ask me, my
say
friend?
we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
What do you want to ask me? If it's to buy commissions, I will block you. I'm warning you fairly. I do not want to buy anything. And I hope you read the rules of the channel. But you can ask me anything otherwise than that. If you want to be friends and talk on the chat and be chatter, totally game with that. I love people, love making new friends, but I just don't want to buy anything.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic.
Okay, Nouvelette maybe be his
The trick of
attorney.
a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand.
Nouvelette maybe be his attorney, in fairness. He did not ask me to be his
I've seen
attorney.
a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
That's a good line. That's a really metal line. People are the least reliable kind of evidence. That was pretty metal. People can also be the most reliable evidence.
Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward.
I like this guy.
Just know that I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
Okay, you have not listened to me. I'm just gonna block you. You're probably a bot, and if you're not, then you should have listened to my warnings. Okay. God, I hate those art bots so much. What is this? You can use case record to confirm the current evidence in the clue collections. Case information. You can check as yet discovered evidence in the clue records and then assign location to them. Use the perception skill to trace evidence overall. Deceased identity. The deceased is one of the assistants. Name is Cowell. That's what he looks like under the mask? I thought he was way older. Java things with the rocks, get engaged. Interesting. Oh, I have detective vision from Batman. This is where the box was struck.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler? Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left. Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means...
That it was meant to burn.
Why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes.
It was meant to burn, but why would Lenny do something so obvious if he's trying to cover up his own crimes? That'd be stupid. Work a magic box. Okay, I talked to you. I guess I talked to you now. Hello, Quentin. If that is your real name.
The investigation team has some new findings.
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See? I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared.
Yep.
Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us, too.
This is not looking great for Lenny.
I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
But it's also, like, too obvious.
Even though it's bad for Linny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
Like, it's too obvious. Why would Lenny... Because he knew that they would check the random number generator, so why would he bother doing that? Like, he knows that they would do that. If you were trying to commit a murder, that'd be the dumbest thing you could possibly do, would be to...
Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance.
Yeah, I'm pretty new and
so
small
we're
to
able
streaming,
deduce
obviously.
the missing
Since
woman's
I have,
identity by
like, no
checking the
followers,
guest
as you can
list.
see.
Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself.
Dr. Halsey?
Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects.
That's good.
Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all. which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us.
You're a nice guy, Maurice. I like you.
It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
You're telling me. I'm trying to prove Lenny, like... I'm trying to prove my boy Lenny's innocent, but it's not looking fucking great for him. Where else do I need to go? For clues inside the opera house. Where?
Whoever the best people... Why would it be him? Gosh. No wonder the serial disappearances never got solved.
Oh, this is where the box was. Okay.
I see that you're investigating the area.
Trying to.
Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too. If
Thank
you
you.
find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, alright?
As an attorney, I can't do that legally.
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Paimon, don't speak for our client.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect
Please
that
read the
most
channel
people
rules. I
heard
don't
it.
want to buy anything.
It's just that everyone was awaiting the results
Please-
of Lenny's
please read
trip
the
with
rules.
bated breath. So no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lenny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank, or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
Wait, wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing. Well, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
Do, 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 do. I just found like a Glock. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Oh, Navia.
Huh? You mean us?
Why are you still wearing the glasses and the mustache?
If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
Nope.
From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums.
Oh, the glasses.
Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president.
She's so pretty.
Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
That's hilarious.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the name?
They're cool names. Shut up.
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Navia.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rasula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand. That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
So do I.
Really?
It's literally set up to make him look like he did it in every way.
Looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition. Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she?
She doesn't think things through.
But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her. All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Yeah, sure it did.
Well, I say it does.
I say it does?
You won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
It's definitely something I've never seen.
Well?
Not always.
Why would that be? See, Silver and Malus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I, too, think that the Traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Malus. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors. Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Well, I've been downgraded from attorney, I guess.
Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
You can be the Watson to my Sherlock.
That's more like it.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
Yes, Silver. I have nothing to add.
Alrighty then.
That's so funny. Me when I'm forced to
We'll
speak
be
in
making
public.
some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Linny's tricks. Thanks!
I did not expect to meet Navi this early. That's wild. Did not expect to see her this early. Hello, I would like to speak to you.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on. doubt there was much opportunity then, either.
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck.
Aww.
But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
I have no idea about Melazines.
Safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here. Alright, thank you for your help. This'll be useful info. We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going.
Probably not great.
Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
Damn, shut down.
You've arrived. Who's this?
This is Navi. I met her 12 seconds ago and decided to involve her.
I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower.
I love her so much.
Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and we'll be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
Is that why you're here?
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
There's a box inside a box, inside a box, inside a box.
So there was a passageway under the magic box!
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked! Wow! Every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last!
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
So how did Cal even get in there?
I don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
I like that it's known that I'm their friends, but I can somehow be trusted down here alone with the evidence. I mean, I get I'm their attorney, but like...
What's this?
A grappling hook?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Oh, Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear. And here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Think about it later. That's a big-ass flower vase. Clothes.
These are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right? Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them? Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
Yeah, me neither. But yeah, why would she strip? Actually, hold on. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I shall be right back. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Hi, Blade. How are you, Blade? How's it going, my dude? Wah. All kinds of costumes. Why would there be costumes? They didn't even change costumes. Aha! Event. I see. I played enough Metal Gear to know that this is the key. I've played Metal Gear.
What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through here.
Among Us.
Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Among Us.
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down.
I wonder. Well, they could have easily had a weapon.
I'm done investigating down here.
Yes. Let's head back up.
It's not what I meant to do. Like, return to the surface. There we go. I have, like, nothing to prove Lenny's innocence. I have, like, fucking
we've
nothing.
ascertained the state of the crime scene.
Bad.
Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
None of it adds up.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
Demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
Among Us.
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
The plot thickens.
Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
It's concerning.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides. That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice.
Oratrice Pacanista Annalise
It's
Cardinal.
as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. Not that this has ever happened anyway.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference.
Oratrice
Then,
Machinista Annalise
finally,
Cardinal.
the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Novelet called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment, which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice. Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Huh? Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
I love how Ride or Die Silver is.
There's no need for that. Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
I love how Ride or Die Silver is immediately.
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
I fucking love this.
Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like a bad idea.
Just kidding, just kidding. Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
I like how Paimon just wants snacks.
Hmm? What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Where?
Huh?
Are we gonna start a campfire?
How?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Okay. This is a weird turn this is taking, and us trying to help our friends not go down for murder. Weird turn.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Why?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
Does she often want to
I have
bake?
eggs, sugar and almonds at the ready.
What? What?
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snacks soon enough.
What?
These three are quite the interesting group.
I love these three already. They are already amazing.
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven. Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling.
Where was he storing the eggs and the milk?
You had these two guys carrying all that stuff around. Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
I was applauding!
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
I love these two so much. They're already the best characters in Fontaine.
I was just thinking, aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty, beating egg whites and baking?
I was applauding.
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks.
Navia's my
Don't
fucking
underestimate
hero.
beating egg weights, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack.
Can we stop talking about beating things?
Give these a try, fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Only 3?
Paimon! Those things are huge.
Eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite, strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit. No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
I can't get over I was applauding and I was giving encouraging smiles.
Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
It's also really obvious they did it.
Exactly. Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off.
Yeah.
Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the Magic Troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet.
Paimon!
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest.
Where does Paimon put it all?
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't believe Paimon?
I don't.
How could you?
Because I know you?
If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach.
I'll call Rex
All
Lapis.
right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Balloose, set up the stove again if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
I love these guys so much already.
I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
I love them both so much.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
It's so funny.
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again.
Oh, but Navi, I'm a real shitty attorney.
It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen to me, totally.
Thanks for your help and for the snacks.
Oh, yeah. That's fine.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Maloose, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
I love her so much. Fuck, I was gonna not do her banner, but I might need to. She's so cool.
It's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial.
But I'm real stupid.
Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare.
But I'm real dumb, Paimon.
Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
Oh, yeah, that'll help. I'm real dumb, though. Paimon, I'm real stupid. I'm real dumb. Or Tris Mechanique d'Analyse Cardinal. Bum 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 badam. Where am I going? Ooh, I can take a picture up here. Jeez. Nice. Anyway. Whee! Another one bites the dust. Oh, I wasn't even near it. Hey guys.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing. Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Will we though?
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands.
That doesn't make me feel better at all, Navia.
Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Oh, that you're 100% right on. She understands nothing about what happened. That I agree with you.
Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Like, 100% Farina has no idea what happened either, but the problem is that Farina doesn't have to necessarily give a blessed fuck.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
Bad. Real bad.
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
It went real bad, homie.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed.
Hi, Farina.
Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed. That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence.
Farina, don't be a brat.
But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open.
Oh God, Farina.
Mr. Linney is clearly lying.
But he just showed
There's
how
no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
How could Lenny not know?
I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Uh-oh.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Oh, you can watch the Oratrice's stance in real time.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid.
Oh, Farina.
Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
Dun, dun, dun. They're Fatui?
No wonder they did something like this.
Dun, dun, dun.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
Oh.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Ooh, he got cold.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy.
Her fucking inner self celebrating.
Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
So she did at least investigate all night. Clearly she at least takes that part of her job seriously.
Why didn't you tell us this before?
Lenny and Lynette are Fatui.
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
I don't see what the House of the Hearth thing has to do with the case per se, but I mean the Fatui are definitely sketchy. No, even the Traveler's already given up on Lenny, thinking that he's working with Child and doing some sort of... I've been the victim of such schemes before and now.
Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
Wait, so you weren't in the box?
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
I like how that girl was labeled optimistic one.
Granted.
Thank you, Nouvellette.
In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
That's not how justice works.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought.
I gave my word.
In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
Don't be so cocky, Farina. I'll figure out a way to get him out of this. Well, at least they gave me my recess. Guys, what the fuck?
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up.
I mean, she is the
I'm
Archon.
sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Kinda should be.
Yeah, sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two.
Ooh, look how mad I am.
We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry.
Paimon?
I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain.
Okay.
I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face.
Fair.
I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends.
But Lenny,
That's
you
why I
lied to
didn't wish
me.
to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead.
A lie of omission,
The
still a
truth
lie,
is
buddy.
very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to. Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point.
Well, the part that you're Fatui...
You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still...
Is Fatus the term for multiple Fatui?
I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
I love them both too much, so I can't even be mad.
You both say that, but...
Yeah, I care way less that you're actually Fatui. What actually happened then?
Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now.
Where were you actually?
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask.
Like, if you weren't in the box, where were you?
We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick with the objective of getting close to the core.
Oh, so you guys were secret agents.
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
So you used the vent.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought.
Oh, Lenny, that's gonna be like a real bitch to try to make you not guilty, though, man.
The homicide occurred just as you saw.
Because, like, if I tell him that you were trying to fuck with the Oratrice, that makes you look even worse.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
Ah, crud.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time.
Yeah, but it's already too late.
It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
No, I don't want to leave. I just don't know what to say.
Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
I don't know what to say to protect you, though. Because even if we tell everyone the truth and you're not guilty of the murder, you're still guilty of other shady shit. That's going to make it look really, really bad.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
You're both killing me.
The problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two.
Yeah, we need something strong.
If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
Did you make that watertight joke because she's the Hydro Archon? We do?
Huh?
Yeah, German so let's go back.
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
I'm glad the Traveler's smart because I have no idea. I have no idea what. I have no idea what the defense is. I have no idea how to make this not sound like Lenny's a psycho. I'm glad that I myself does, apparently. Good job, Aether, because I don't know shit. The nail-biting trial reconcedes.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial.
Okay.
When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
Ugh, that took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
Oh, what the hell? Based on the opposition accounts and events, you can identify loopholes in their statement. Use evidence. Oh, I'm gonna suck at this so hard. Use your more support from the Oratrice will display results when you find and refute all incorrect content. You can complete the cycle of restitution and reveal the truth. Ah, fuck's sake. I am so screwed.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her.
Then where is she?
At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linny red-handed. So Linny proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident.
Yeah, but
there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
You're saying he did that all in a minute, though.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
I do, because that's definitely not correct.
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events, what Linny experienced, and what he saw.
Thanks, me. I have no idea how the fuck I'm gonna do this. Identify loopholes. Linny's statement. Linny claims that he heard the Oratrice. Entrances next. No one left the Magic Opera House during the magic show. After the incident happened, those said the day is clear. Well, I guess that. Linny claims that he heard mysterious voices in the chamber. The clothes. Strange sound during the magic show. Fuck. Well, I guess that's...
Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal.
I mean, it's accurate, though. Voice the Oratrice? Okay, that won't help me either. Strange sound. I do not understand. What do you mean? How is... Whatever. What do you mean? I'm gonna lose my I don't understand these game modes. So I have Linny's statements. So... Okay.
According to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Okay. He kidnapped Halsey, but they said no one left. Okay, so that doesn't make sense. Okay. I'm gonna lose my shit.
Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
Okay. And then he knocked him out, but... Okay.
Linny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
I do not understand how I'm supposed to know these right off the bat.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the countdown started, Linny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored.
Oratrice Machinista Annalise Cardinal.
Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
That wasn't the most well thought out way to describe the events, but whatever, that works. I would have added more context to that, but I guess they say not to do that in a legal situation, is not to give any more context than needed, I guess.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that!
Why are you still wearing the fake mustache?
Isn't it awesome?
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
My reasoning?
If that's the case,
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell them! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around.
By dumb luck and the power of friendship.
Your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims? Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask? You're saying that he wasn't?
Okay. What the hell? No one left the opera house. Doing this what you're referring to is there's no fun in the enemies.
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? Paimon thinks there's something off here.
I don't know. Why don't you just tell me then if you know the answer already?
Are you sure we don't
I'm gonna
need
kill
to
you,
give this more
Paimon.
thought?
I don't know.
That's right! Lenny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear.
I feel like we're really ignoring where the girl went and the fact that no one left or came in. I keep wanting to use that one because, like, where's the girl?
Lenny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof. How do you like that?
Really doesn't make any sense. He could just be lying.
Well played.
He could just be lying. I really don't see how that's like a gotcha to Farina.
You use such logic.
Like,
Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
that I don't know. Select the configure interview to verify the correctness. I have no idea. Guards indicate report that there's if Lenny is no longer under suspicion, members of the troop would have been attempted the props. Lenny gave detailed account tricks work by using the box inside a box. I don't know. Who's the only person who could possibly have committed the crime? We don't know, I don't think.
There have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility?
I think so. Hypothesis incorrect. Well, then who did it?
Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member.
Sure. Okay. Why would Cowell have killed himself?
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant.
I understand nothing in this game. I don't understand how they're doing logic for this court case. Why would he kill himself?
Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious?
I don't know. Apparently I'm serious.
The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
What are we saying? This is the most, like...
Is that so? How interesting! Let's hear your reasoning.
This is the most
then.
excruciating
What
suicide
I must
ever.
do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
I am very confused. What are you talking about? I don't understand.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time.
So
it would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have... The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? The deceased's name is
I guess?
The sound we heard may have...
And then maybe he took her
Halsey's clothing
clothes?
was in the... No one entered or left...
I understand nothing.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that...
I'm just gonna brute force it. I give up. I don't understand how
The
these stupid things
deceased's name
work.
is... Halsey's clothing was in... It would have been tough for...
I understand nothing. How? How am I getting incorrect? I understand nothing. The only thing I can think of is that he, like, knocked her out and disguised himself as her, but they would have noticed a dead body being female instead of male.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it. But it seems you're still far from the truth.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track?
What different track?
Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Yeah, for real. I have no idea.
Nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely.
I am confuzzled.
And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Keep in the water?
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents. But do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
Oi, stop it! I'm thinking. Bad
If the
oratories.
defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
No, wait, hold on.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal... The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. The vase
Well,
was
this is the only
not
new piece
broken
of...
by chance.
So what, did he hit her with the vase and that made her explode? Is the water magic?
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped.
So what, did the water...
Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind.
So that's what they did with her?
If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Can we do that?
Just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment.
Yeah, it's not a great
How
defense.
could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick. Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about 2 completely different things.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
It can be 2 things.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, Please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Cowell.
Thank you, Nouvelette.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste.
Oh?
We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea?
What does that mean?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding.
So there's magic water.
People dissolving into water?
Dude, squirt gun fights in Fontaine must go crazy.
Actually be true.
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Dude, squirt gun fights in Fontaine go hard.
People can become water. Does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Oh, Navia thought something.
Order!
Oh, Nouvelette's mad.
It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Thank you, Nouvelette.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Well, he must have put it in the vase and shoved her into it or something. So, okay.
The deceased's name is Cowell. Linney.
Yeah, he would be able to tamper with the equipment.
The rope that held the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and snapped. As such, the focus here is on the water.
I don't get what the hook has to do with
it. Seems like
it.
the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but the water from the primordial.
I don't get.
Now it seems
The only thing I can think of is that the water, the hook is some sort of thing to attack, and then that falls to distract it. Okay, I wasn't right on any of that apparently. Okay, maybe the hook goes there.
It seems like the hook.
And the rope goes. I feel like the rope's a key part of it.
Lynette was in the magic box on stage. I remember there was something.
Okay, so it's just the rope I got the wrong order on. Okay, I guess that's where the primordial sea water goes. It has to be. Okay. So he used the hook to, like, knock her into water from the primordial sea, and she dissolved? So we're not gonna find her body. That water is all that's left of her.
In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope, and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
I understand nothing. I'm not smart enough to be a lawyer.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence.
Oh?
I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
Ah, fuck.
What?
That can't be. Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close.
Oh crap. Now I gotta fight Farina again.
Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowl then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowl out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization.
That still doesn't make sense, though.
Am I right, Mr. Linny?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here. Is this the end of the road?
Well, with that attitude, yeah? Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Do I not get to fight this one?
I can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this. Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
Crap.
I think we've all seen enough now. And we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning.
Flawless?
I believe this is indeed the finale.
Crap.
Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move...
Oh.
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Ah, Navia, throw me a lifeline.
I must ask you not to shout and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Linny, if you would be so kind.
Huh?
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
I am confuzzled. Navia, where are you going with this, dude? I trust you, but...
Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance?
I'm so confused, Navia.
Come on, Linny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf.
What?
But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I am so confuzzled.
I understand.
I don't. I'm glad you do. I don't. Okay.
And voila.
What? That's not even the same outfit she was wearing.
Sorry for the interruption.
I'm so confused. Hi?
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial.
I'm so confused.
I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me. And then, before I knew it, she caught me.
So no one dissolved?
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowell. I admit it.
Okay.
What? Why?
Well, that makes it easy for me, I guess.
My name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt.
Okay.
I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd
Oh, she's the thief from earlier today.
But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief. Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me.
But the number selector was set to pick the
He
same
even
number no matter
mentioned
what.
The Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes.
They told me they searched that
After
shit.
The first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lily-Ann's perspective.
Well, she just did that for her. Why do I have to refute it? She just admitted everything. So the hook, random number selector. But the random number selector was set to her number. Oh, I guess that doesn't work. Because she got in the box. I understand nothing. I think this one's the sound. Nope, apparently not. I'm just gonna brute force it. I'm so sick of these. I don't understand this at all, what it wants.
The flower vase.
Okay. I literally never understand what it wants.
The strange sound.
Okay, so that one doesn't matter at all.
Lily-Ann.
Okay, there we go. That's very annoying. I really hate these game modes that I don't understand how they are supposed to work.
Out of the blue, Lily-Ann panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lily-Ann had not dissolved. He did not know that Lily-Ann was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket.
How did the guards and the lady who actually owned the ticket not notice it was stolen?
Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lily-Ann back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lily-Ann came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
But that still doesn't excuse why Lenny also has water from the Primordial Sea, meaning that if she wasn't from Mondstadt, the murder still would have worked if we're saying Lenny's guilty. Like, that doesn't help our case that much. Because if Lenny...
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Still doesn't make sense why Lenny had the water. But it also means that if she was from Fontaine, Lenny would have murdered her. I don't understand.
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements?
Sorry, Farina.
Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the
She
proceedings.
tried to run away! That's so funny. She tried to run away.
What? Are you reading my mind now?
That's so funny.
No. I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
No, Farina. She's not a very good loser.
Look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen.
Okay.
To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the Primordial Sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house.
Wild.
As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings.
But why did he have
From
water?
This reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent.
But why did he have primordial water? They said he had it too in his stuff. Why?
While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
Or... Hey, it's a thing from Star Rail! Oratrice Machinista Annalise Cardinal. Boop 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 ba-doo. It gives Newlet a little sticker.
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared
not guilty. Can you take off that fucking mustache now?
Partners.
Thank you, Navia. You're a hero.
Thank you so much.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn.
Oh?
How did you find the water from the Primordial Sea in Linny's baggage?
Yeah, that's what I've been wanting to know the whole time.
What? Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery? but false evidence that you dare to bring before this court.
Oh, Farina's
I
mad.
suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes?
Oh.
I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Oh.
Speak quickly, unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
What's Coupon Town?
I was just following orders.
What orders?
We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration.
Oh.
We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about.
What's it? Oh. I knew it was gonna happen, but... Well, he's dead now.
Can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
Well, shit.
An outrageous act.
Is it though?
All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Who has a squirt gun? How dare someone has a squirt gun? That was wild.
So, we're just going back now?
Well, there's nothing else really to do.
That's true, but...
Wild.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Sure thing, man. Oh, am I mad at him?
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me.
I trusted
Still,
you.
let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui. I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight.
I mean, you did still deceive me, man.
I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time.
I see why everyone makes this a ship.
As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave?
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
Why is she father?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past. Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
Oh, they're not nobility now,
That
so
was
no.
how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days.
Oh.
But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks.
Ah, so cash cows.
He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use
Hi.
to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
Paimon. Being a slave is not good, Paimon.
Took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me.
Uh-oh.
I waited a long
Hey,
time
Blade.
after we returned home but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is,
fair.
yes?
I never watched those.
No. So he was gonna...
Oh, they sold your sister.
But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
Wow, they tried to sell your
As far
sister.
as
That's fucked up.
outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
Good for her.
That's right.
I finally found a Fatui I
She
like.
had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans.
Ah, good. I'm glad we're gonna get into child trafficking.
I mean, the knave might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer.
Why is she called the Knave?
The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here.
I do like
I
that.
was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles.
Understandable.
But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
She has her own plans.
What are those plans?
She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis' power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
Ah, I see.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis.
But if the Gnosis was strong enough to just break the
Today's case has also
prophecy,
proven that
wouldn't the
people from
Archon have already
Fontaine
done
can
it?
indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. Everyone at Hotel Bouffe d'été, including the Knave, has their roots in Fontaine. And we will always defend our homeland.
I also want to know why she's called Father. I guess that might just be the title she has. Maybe it's a French thing. I'm definitely not French. Well, technically I'm French-Canadian, but I'm definitely not like French. Maybe it's a French thing. Or maybe it's just... The game is also from Asia, so maybe she has like a more masculine title in Chinese, and then it doesn't translate well over to English. That could be it.
To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
But again, like, I get it. I get that they're trying to do, like, I can actually totally understand what they're doing. But if the Gnosis could actually stop the prophecy, don't you think the Hydro Archon would have already used it to do that if the Gnosis had that power? I also can't trust you.
I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right.
You know, I respect
if
that.
If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me.
Google doesn't help much. That's probably, there might not be a reason.
To help you, as plain Linny.
My only theory is that it's a thing with language that doesn't translate right. Or maybe she just prefers masculine words. I don't know. It could be just as simple as she just prefers masculine and doesn't like being... Maybe they also thought that gamers are degenerates and that if they made a hot girl and called her mommy, it would cause problems. Maybe they were trying to get a hold of what degenerates the internet is. Alright, goodbye. Lenny, I'm never gonna pull for you because you're an archer and I don't like archers. Yeah, so it seems like it's just a title. I don't know. Who knows? It could be for like a number of different reasons, but... Leave the Opera House. Well, I guess I'm gonna be stopped from leaving the Opera House again. Who's gonna stop me now? Navia? Yep, Navia! My girl! God, she's pretty.
What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Oh.
Were you looking for us, Navia?
My bestie.
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too?
Why am I sorry? I guess I'm sorry, apparently.
What's wrong, my dear partner?
Am I not gonna help her? No! Why is Aether a dick? I want to keep helping Navia. I love her. You say 44 wishes. That's fair. I'm so torn. Like, I want Navia, but the Geo character I want is Ito. So, like, I don't think I'm gonna use Navia that much if I pull for her. And then the Raiden Shogun comes right after her. And, like... I don't know what to do. I'm so torn. But, like, meeting her, she's so cool already. She's already so cool. And I want her because she's cool. But I don't know if I'll use her enough to warrant it. Why are I don't like these options. I want to be Navia's buddy. This sucks. I've gotten involved in way more stupid shit for less reasons. I have way more reason to help Navia. In Liwa, I did an entire funeral for an Archon that I didn't care about in Liwa. I did a whole funeral. This is a much better reason to get involved. I hate this. Alright, fine.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now?
I don't care. I just want to help
And
Navia.
Given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Oh, am I gonna fall in love with Navia even more? Oh. They're gonna take my money, aren't they?
I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you.
No!
I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all.
No!
Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
No, let me help her!
Say that, Navia?
I have gotten involved in so much more for so much less!
And we were having so much fun investigating with you, too.
I was having fun, too. Her boys are hilarious. I love Silver and Melus already.
New waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer.
Damn, she's poetic as fuck.
Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me.
No, you don't have to say, uh-oh. I already know they're probably gonna die horribly. I've seen people on the internet talking about, God, what was his name? Back in Inazuma. What was his name? My best friend who died horribly. I've already seen people comparing these two to him. God, what was his name? I feel horrible I can't remember his name now. In Inazuma, what was his fucking name? I know that they're probably screwed. I've seen people compare these two to him, so I know they're probably screwed. If people are comparing it to that fucked up part, then... But I'm still gonna love them while they're here. No, not Kazu, his friend. When you joined, Kokome... When you joined Kokome and became the captain of the Starfish 2, or the Swordfish 2, you, there was that guy who helped you out, and he took a delusion, and the delusion made him age really fast, and then he died, like, in your arms. I forget his fucking name. God, what was his name? I feel horrible. I loved him. I almost cried at that part. Yeah, Tepe! That was his name. Yeah, Tepe fucked me up, and I've seen people talk about Tepe when talking about these guys, so I know that something terrible is gonna happen. But I don't know what.
I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory.
No, I love Tepe. I feel bad I can remember. Why couldn't I remember his name? I'm tired today.
Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
Yes, go with Navia.
If Boss Navia's treating, can't Paimon in.
Why are you calling her boss now? We don't work for her.
Wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
Ayo, she's taking me to a hotel. Ayo. Ayo. I also can't remember. Yeah, I love Farina already, so I'm very sure I'll be upset, because, like, as you can see, I already love the girl. Best girl. I already love her a lot, so I, am very prepared for this to fuck me up. I saw enough of her from just the trailers, and I'm like, damn, I love her already, so this is gonna fuck me up. And she has not disappointed me so far. She has been a very over-dramatic hoe, and I love her for it.
Strike a pose.
Yeah, I got her weapon too. I'm lucky because I wanted to get Baiju and her anyway, so I got both of them. That banner hurt me. That banner hurt my wallet, but I wanted both of them, and it was worth it because I love having both of them. Because I love this man too, and his little snack. I love this man. So I got his weapon first, so Farina's weapon hurt me more. I was not going to get his weapon because as a healer, I cared a lot less about his weapon. But of course, I got his weapon first. Why are there chickens here? Goodbye, chickens. Anyway. Map. Let's see, I've been streaming for 3 hours. I'll probably do one more quest. Why not? Like the faint moonlight of yesteryear. That's a hell of a title. I guess we are in France. Everything's gonna be poetic. Whee! Where am I going? I jumped down and I didn't need to, didn't I? Yep. Good job, me. I'm a genius. Give me a free wish for completing the Archon quest. I get a free wish for completing the Archon quest? Like when I complete it? I didn't know that. No! I've completed so many Archon quests! How do I claim it? What do you mean? What do you mean? Handbook! Oh, yeah, I don't think I've completed enough of it yet. I thought you meant... I'm stupid. I thought you meant something different. I'm dumb. Because I've gotten the other ones. I'm dumb. I understand what you meant now. I misunderstood what you meant. You got me completely... You get a bunch. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta do more. I gotta do more of it before I get... I got Primos, though. I got Primos. Linny's attorney. I still love how I got sucked into being Linny's attorney for some reason. Don't know why I was... Yep, I gotta say up Primos for the Raiden Shogun, and maybe Navia, apparently. I've been able to resist Sino. I really do like Sino. But I've been able to resist him. But I do like Sino. But I like the Raiden Shogun. I have too many Electro characters I like, so like, I like the Raiden Shogun. I like Miko. Miko's really high on the list of ones I want. I think Miko's hilarious. I want Miko. So there's too many Electro characters I want. So I'm not getting Sino, even though I like him. There's too many Electro characters I want. Miko being at the top of the list. I want the Fox Girl.
I came here several times with my father when I was little.
It's chilling on the bench level 60. That's fair.
Often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
You talk about your father a lot.
We haven't eaten at a hotel.
Are you gonna have like an Inaga Montoya moment where like you killed my father, prepare to die?
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
But you don't know what I want. I'm picky.
Ooh, everything looks so good.
Is that lasagna?
People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Paimon, we've eaten everywhere we go.
Of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
How many people are in Spina di Rosula?
Well, then I'll still...
You don't have Kookie? Oh, I'm sorry. I love Kookie. Kookie's like one of my favorites. Kookie's so great. I love her a lot. She's one of my favorite Electro units.
Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
That's how my account was for Sarah for a really long time. Sarah just wouldn't show up no matter what I did, but she finally showed up. Although I only have her like C1 and I need like way more Constellation. Yay and Kookie. I want Yaimiko so bad. I want Ito. Ito's the character I've wanted since I downloaded this game, and his banner won't come back, and they're slowly killing me. I just want Ito. They're slowly killing me.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
I thought you were the boss.
Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
But I thought you were the boss.
Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well,
that's fair.
We've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
Or why they're targeting women, especially. That seems sexist. The characters at the top of my list right now is I want Ito, I want Shenhe, and I want Miko. Those are the 3 I want right now.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like
Yeah,
that.
I'll probably want her too. Navi is really cool, so I'm probably gonna want both of them.
Because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward.
I just feel like I'm not gonna use Navia, but she's really growing on me.
That guy could have finished speaking.
I really want Nouvelette too. I forgot, he's high on the list, but I missed his banner. I didn't get him from his banner. I really want Nouvelette. He's so funny.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off.
A yawning chasm. I've been to the chasm.
I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough. Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists.
Spina di
Those
Rosula.
highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through. Where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
That's a weird way you worded that, but I get you.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right?
No, I do! Aether's a dick!
Like, what are your future plans?
Aether doesn't speak for me. I want to get involved in your dumb Sherlock Holmes adventure. I want to be Watson. At this point, I mean, I also want every character. The writing in this game's pretty good. It's the same thing I have with, I also play Fate Grand Order a lot, and I also like every servant in that, too. Hiya. Welcome, welcome.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it.
Well, yeah, we just dunked on her. Farina wasn't really psyched to talk to us after we dunked on her.
So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon.
Yeah, but she hasn't really wanted to chat.
There's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Damn it.
Yeah. We've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
That's funny. I feel bad. I know that pain.
Consider some more,
Sarah wouldn't come home for the longest time.
ways? Perhaps even methods of...
Questionable legality?
Questionable legality?
Ah, good. We should break the law to see the Archon of Justice. That'll go great.
Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Let's just break into her house.
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
That actually sounds like it would work knowing Farina.
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourself.
Alright, have a good day. Thank you for coming by. I'm gonna stop soon anyway.
Demand answers.
Thank you for coming around.
Go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
Don't let her go back to sleep.
I personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That's good to know, I guess. Navia?
But that's not really the
You got a Discord server so I can know? It's not fully built yet, but yeah, I do have the skeleton of a Discord. I think my bot should do that. Oh, it worked. Cool.
I was just
Yeah,
thinking about
that's the skeleton of it.
person's desire for sleep.
That's the skeleton of it. It still is not fully built yet. I am very new to this streaming shit still. But that's the skeleton of it. Needs a lot of work.
All right, no more joking around. Huh. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line.
Cut the
She's on
line.
her. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
So you want me to guilt trip her?
While she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
Later.
Why don't we
Hey, Aurora, how are ya?
this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink?
How are ya?
Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying
What am I
attention,
doing?
and the cup
I'm
was right next to Paimon.
playing Genshin.
Would you like to
What are you
order
doing, my man?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
What kind of drink tastes salty? Did we get poisoned again?
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating,
I have
then
no
I'll
idea
go
what Fanta is. Is it supposed to be salty?
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
I'm sorry Paimon eats so much. Is it supposed to be salty? Did we get poisoned again? Why do I get poisoned so often?
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You could try walking.
That would be so normal. You know, like you.
I think at this point if I saw Paimon walk, I'd freak out.
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Oh no, did that cost too much?
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
Navia, I can pay you.
Nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
It was a pretty pricey meal, all thanks to Paimon.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again.
Paimon!
Bye, Navia.
Do you have any shame?
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your request the highest priority.
Thank you, Navia.
In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
Goodbye, partner. Howdy, howdy, howdy. There we go. As light falls without reason. As light rain falls without reason. I can't talk. Well, at least we did it.
Shower me with praise.
Woohoo! Victory! Whee! What is that thing? Did I always know that was there? Yeah, I probably did. Anyway, now that we at least finished the beginning of that, I should probably stop so I can take care of IRL stuff. But I did get more days off this week, so we will be doing more of this later, probably tomorrow. So, as per usual, I would like to thank everyone for coming out. I appreciate it as always, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye, chat! Have a good one.